Goodness, I'm so sorry, everybody. I was muted. Not a good first impression again, but we press on. So good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you may be in the world. I am Logan, and I will be your commentator today. Unfortunately, we don't have anyone alongside me. Oliver is taking a week off, so my best wishes go out to him. So get well soon, buddy. I miss you in the comms box. So it's not going to be the same. But we press on. So the first one out on track is EKG MCFC. On the soft tyres, so we'll have to see what the McLaren driver can conjure up. Obviously, a stunning drive in Monte Carlo last week, going from starting last on the grid to doing 31 laps on the intermediate tyre to getting P3. So superb job from the Brit. Next out is Mark, who also did a decent job in Monaco. I believe it was first points for the Williams, but yeah, someone needs to correct me on that. But Mark will be first to set a lap now, seeing as EKG has jumped out the way. Very kind of him. So currently we have Mark first to set his lap, followed by EKG, Sonic Hawk, Wasp, and Vicar. So Mark just going to start his lap now, going down into turn 9. Turn 9 is a fast, very fast paced corner, but it leads you into a heavy braking zone of turn 10. You have to nail this to get a brilliant run up to turn 1. If you can nail turn 1, then you've got a brilliant chance at overtaking down into turn 3. Got on board with Mark. He goes down into second gear, just on the edge of third there. He now rises up the gears, the revs rise, and he goes down into turn 2 into turn 3. Now turn 3 is the first of a second of, I would say, 4 heavy braking zones on this track. And it's really one of the 4 spots you can overtake. Obviously down the main straight, turn 1, turn 3, and turn 4, as you don't normally see an overtake in the rest of the track. But people have made it happen. We've seen more unusual things in SFR. Mark obviously is purple sector 1 and 2. He'll be trying his best to just nail these final 2 corners. Which so far, that was really decent from Mark. Those were really decent. Lots of aligned well with this lap time too. It'll be a 108, a 107.9. So that's good. That is good from Mark. EKG, oh, invalidated. It's got 107.2. 107.0, sorry. Sonic with a 106.2, blimey. Wasp back into the pits. Why has Wasp come straight back in? Well, his lap was in the 109s as he came into the pit, so maybe he's got some wing damage, or maybe he just made him a bit of a mistake. But Vicar now goes P2. With a 106.4, this is the Vicar we know and love. Magi now. Oh no, Giselodian, sorry, starting his lap. Bear goes P3, a 106.6, but what can Doran do in the Aston Martin? It goes pole! Well done! Dan goes up to the line to start his lap now. Now, if you were all aware of the steward's findings, you'll know that Sky Adams will be starting last tonight on this beautiful sunny night in Austria, or day. EKG goes purple. Wowzers! So a 105.4 for EKG. That's a stonking lap from the Brit. Now what will Scar Adams do? Aceman joins the session. What will Scar Adams do? Will he be able to... No, he won't be able to set a lap, sorry. So will he just do his outlap box and then just get the setup confirmed? But Dan, purple in Sector 2, could this be the return of NG Dan? Had a terrible, terrible weekend in Monaco, a lap down compared to the eventual winner, Martin. But Dan, it's looked like a pretty scruffy lap. Just in those final two turns, it looked pretty scruffy, but he only goes P5. He's behind Vecchia. Martin comes around the final turn to start his lap. I can't see him. There we go. So next to finish their lap is Bear, I believe. Well, he could be on an in-lap, seeing as he's got 13% energy. He has gone off though, so I imagine this lap will turn into an in-lap. Now, is Skydams allowed to complete this lap? Ideally he shouldn't be. So ideally he should back off and not waste a soft. Granted, it could be raining in the race, I have no idea. I'm not a driver. But we'll have to see what Skydams will do. Martin comes to the end. Oh, he's invalidated, so into the pits Martin dives. But what will Skydams do? He's got 2 purple sectors so far, but he needs to remember to box. He cannot set this lap. Because yep, into the pits he goes. So, smart idea for that from Skydams. Now, for people who join late, are they allowed to set laps? Mindful Wasp on a lap as he flies into turn 6. I'm going to say turn 5, but that's wrong. Wasp doing his wonderful usual tactic of having his ERS off through the corners. But it worked for him in Monaco though, didn't it? So out to the line. Unless he's backing off on that lap, because he has seemed to recharge his energy, so... At 1:08.3, so that was obviously a banker that, for Mindful Wasp. It's Pody Ragas, he's making a return. Welcome back, buddy. Martin decides in the pit lane, he joins late, so good job. But Pody Ragas, where can he go? In the Alfa Romeo. To the line he goes P2. Behind EKG, EKG's on fire in this Red Bull. But Maggi to the line now, where can Maggi go? Maggi P5. What about Sonic? Oh, is he starting? I don't know. Oh, what's happened to Wasp? What's happened to Mindful Wasp? Ah, I see what he's doing. He's recharging his battery. Smart. Can hear the revs. Come on, Wasp. Nearly there. This might be the slowest I've seen anyone go in a while. I'm sorry, Wasp. Now Wasp is going, so we stand corrected. Off he goes then, he's running off into the distance here. So Wasp is down into turn 4, but we're going to focus on the Aston Martin of Doran. It's going around turn 9 and up to turn 10 to set another push lap. No, not a push lap, sorry, he's starting his lap. Good push. gracious, that glitch is going to annoy me. Dan in the Mercedes has gone to P4 in the meantime. Sorry for not noticing that. He stays P4. He had a 3/10 improvement on that lap, but he's not improved in the position. Bear in the Aston Martin. Where has this pace come from for the Aston Martins? Sky Adams on another outlap. Is he allowed to do this? Could someone please confirm? Well, he's pushing, so I'd imagine so. Door into the line to finish his lap. He goes P4. Sonic in the meantime went P3. I'm ever so sorry for not noticing that. What about Dan now? He's going to stay out for one more push. But what a bear. Oh, mindful wasp. Is he finally boxing? Yeah, there we go. Just Lodian. Hello, my friend. He goes to the line. Dashing to the line now. He knows he needs to improve, but where can he find the time? He goes P2. It's a 1:05.5. EKG, he still hasn't been dethroned in the McLaren. Spectacular job so far. Sky Adams pulls back into the pit lane. Magic to the line to start his lap now, I believe. Nobody else on a push lap. Dan on a push lap, sorry. 3 temps up. Purple sector 2. To the line, where can Dan go now? Will he finally dethrone EKG? No, he won't! Nobody is topping EKG in this session today. Wowzers! But can Dan go again? He's got the fuel and he just about doesn't have the energy for it. But he's still going to push, but he's backed off, Just loading pills into the pits. Maggi 2 temps up in the Red Bull. What can Maggi now do? In this Red Bull spectacular livery when it shines in the light. And at night. Sorry, no rhyming intended. P4 for Maggi. And we've got... How many drivers is that? 4 drivers within 2 tenths of a second. That is spectacular. Hashtag SFR, we make racing better. I can't plug the quote without Oliver. It's just not right. It's not right of me. Now what can Aceman do? Sky Adams on another outlap here. Oh, but look who he's with. He's with Mark. These two had their fair share of drama in Monaco. What of Aceman know in the Ferrari? Can he finally dethrone EKG? He can't. P9 for the Ferrari driver. Let's just go for a nice onboard lap with Mindful Wasper as he will fly for, I believe this is his final push lap. He could get immensely lucky like he did in Monaco. But just under a 10.5, he will want to be pushing like a madman to the end. So I will shut up and let him go on with it. Oh, he's not pushing. But what of Mark in the Williams? What of Mark? What can he do? Ideally, Stradum should be backing off by now, as he shouldn't be allowed to set a lap. If he does, I believe that will result in a race ban, because he's not served his quali ban properly. He's peeled back into the pit lane. What? He's 6 tenths up in safety 2. This could be a stonking lap from Mark here. Mark will want a top 10 after his great showing performance in Monaco, making up, what, 4 positions on lap 1 before the opening sector finishes. But to the line, Mark stays 11th. 8 tenths improvement though from the Williams, but what a podium Argus, he stays 5th. But Doran goes on pole! Goodness me! What has this session become? We've had so many unusual guys at the top. EKG's been at the top, we've had Dan at the top, we've had Sonic Hawk at the top. And now we've got Doran at the top. Well done to Doran. Where has this pace suddenly come from? What a Bear though, where can Bear go? Stays put. Oh, he's. Oh my goodness, man. What a Nigel Wasp. Goes P4. But EKG, he will want to fly this lap. He knows what to do. He knows he needs to improve. Let's go on board with our former provisional pole post. Oh, he's invalidated. He can still make it. He can still make the flag, and he knows that. He'll need to save his fuel. He'll need to save it. He needs to either save fuel or accept this P2. Otherwise, he won't be able to go again. So is he going to push? What will become of the McLaren driver? Dan now to the line, where can he go? Doesn't improve, but he's not going to have enough energy left. So that's it for Mindful Wasp as well. P4 will be the highest he can qualify. But what of Mad G in the Red Bull? Just under a 10th down. What about Sonic Hawk? Sorry, he crosses the line to start a lap. And EKG has he made it? Yes, just in time. So he will have enough fuel to complete this lap, only just, I believe. This Magi rounds turn 9, 7th gear, flying, but he invalidates! Magi invalidates, so that is his qualifying over. P6 will be Magi's highest he can achieve this session. Now, what of Dan? Dan's improving, ever so slightly in the Merc, but he is improving. What could this lap time do? He goes to the line, stays 3rd, just lost the time. EKG 1700s up, oh gosh, this session is insane. But what if Bear? Can't Bear do anything to dethrone? Oh, he spun! Oh, Bear, I'm so sorry, I've done it again. So the only driver now left on the lap is EKG. Will this be pole for the McLaren? Will it be pole? To the line. Where does he go? It's pole! Pole, pole, pole! Welcome back, EKG. Welcome back. What, a 10th? A 10th, well done. But we now await to see the conditions in the race. Could this have been why the drivers were using up their softs? Could it be straight to the wet? We'll have to await and see. Could it be like Monaco? Could it be a wet race? But no, it could be dry to wet. I'd appreciate if someone could tell me, please. So we await the green light for the formation lap and it gets underway. EKG on pole for the first time in a hot minute. A long while, EKG back on pole in the Austria circuit. What can happen in this Austrian Grand Prix? EKG on the hards, however. This could prove there could be no rain. It could be rain later on in the race. Who knows what could happen? So we see Sky Adams on the hards as well. Will Sky Adams be able to make quick work of the slower drivers in front of him? The only fast-paced driver that you would expect to be at the front is Martin. So he's joining late in the session. I believe Martin was entitled to do a lap, but please correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, Martin's gone. Martin, don't do that in the race, buddy. Oh, Bobcat's gone. Starting free. Skyrim, he knows what he'll need to do to keep his title hope alive. He had a decent race in Monaco, but I believe he retired early on. Or later. I have no idea, I can't remember. Ace Man has decided he wants to go for a little trip into the gravel. We line up, the grid forms now. What can EKG do from the pole? What can EKG do from the pole? What can Doran do from his first front run in I believe a few seasons? I don't know, so I'm ever so sorry if I've gotten that wrong. EKG lines up perfectly. Maggi just a bit further back compared to the McLaren driver. Dan, Sonic, Wasp, Giselodian, they all perfect it. Maggi perfects it. They're all doing really spectacular on this today. Is there a car spun? No. They've all done spectacular. As we now await the start of this Austrian Grand Prix, the revs are rising, the lights are on, 5 lights, and it's go, go, go! Now down to turn 1, it's going to be an immense rush, but Dan, will he take the lead? Yes he will, Dan into the lead! So Dan takes the lead, it's now the long straight down to turn 3. Will EKG be able to re-overtake Dan? We'll have to wait and see. But Dan, what a superb start on the mediums. But EKG's been pressured by Wasp. Will he make the move? No, he won't. Giselodian up into 4th. And there's contact in the back. That was Mark and Bob making contact, I believe. Skyrim's managed to make his way out to P13, but Martin up to P10. Aceman loses a position off the line. But what can Martin do now? We'll have to await and see. Bodie Rogers doesn't have a gap. I guess that worked out. But so far it's been a calm and collected first lap, no incidents, and a yellow flag in turn 3. I still don't know why. But so far it's been a calm, collected first lap. What will happen in the rest of his Austria Grand Prix? As Dan has made a huge mistake in the final 2 turns. EKG is now pressuring him once again. If EKG gets a good enough launch, can he maybe out Dan? But he's made a mistake, he's gone completely off the track. That could leave him very vulnerable to Wasp in the Mercedes. Will he be able to go down the inside? He's burning his energy. He's gone for it around the outside. Does he make the move stick? He doesn't make it stick, but can he switch back EKG? Yes, he can! That was superb, and it's now a Mercedes 1-2 once more. But EKG, we all know, we've seen just how much he can fight and just how much he is thirsty for a championship battle. He wants in. He knows he can do it. He's going to have so much more confidence compared to the guys around him. He knows he's going to be able to go long. Whereas the guys ahead, they will have to pit. My gaps have gone a bit funny. Oh, that's not fixed them. Sonic and Pody Wildness into turn 9! That was spectacular! Can he stay on the outside? No, yes, he can, sorry. There's, someone flew off the track there. Sorry, I didn't catch who that was. But that was spectacular from Sonic Hawk. Down the inside 9, wowzers! As I was just to say, it was bold and beautiful, but EKG goes back up into second. Superb traction out of the exit of turn 3. But mindful, he's going to fight back. Will he keep it? Will he keep it? Will he not? He doesn't make it stick. Grab all of mind for this. Sonic and Pody Ragas having a brilliant battle. Pody Ragas just a bit laggy in front. So we'll have to see what this can do for the remainder of the race. Will the lag affect drivers behind? But Sonic has absolutely launched one. Goodness me. Just watch for EKG having it all out. Having it all out here in Austria. Who will make the move stick? Sonic, are they doing this again? They actually are. Oh my god. They have to remember one of them we need to dispatch of the other sooner rather than later. Aceman spins! Oh, there's been a huge incident! What on earth has happened there? Skyrim's Aceman and Vicar all involved, and oh, it was all looking so good for Vicar! Oh, it was all looking so good! But it's all gone to shreds, it's all gone to pieces. But Mark now on Bobcat, he's just got a free tech. I mean, he has no choice. At the inside, he makes Bobcat break later, so that puts him on the outside. But I'm ever so sorry. Martin, can he get a double move? Is it free wide? It is free wide. Oh, it's not. I do apologise. But Martin, can he have a double move on not only Pody Ragas, but Sonic as well? He's going to fly down into turn 5. Who can be dispatched? Who will win out this battle? Martin round the outside, but he goes off. Ever so slightly off. He goes just a bit wide there. Are they still side by side? No, they aren't. Sonic still stays ahead in this battle. Now, Oliver, if you're watching the stream, mate, I miss you. So, I really hope you'll be back next week for Jeddah. But, whatever's going on, pal, I hope it all gets better. And we love you, mate. So, it's all died down a little bit, but we are going to see, Pody Ragas, Dan and Martin, they're all going to have a ding-dong battle, perhaps until the end of this stint. Pal and Martin on the hard, so this could prove that Sonic, is having terrible tyre wear on those mediums. This is being breezed past by Martin with the DRS. Gardens and Vicar into the pit lane behind. Oh dear me, my headset's falling apart. Aceman gets a penalty. Aceman with a free set. Oh, he's flown off a track. Where on earth is Aceman going? But EKG with the fastest lap. Martin with the fastest lap. The hards are coming to life. Now what EKG needs to try and do, Dan's got so much more energy than him. EKG, he needs to try and save the energy here. He knows it'll be crucial for him towards the end of this stint. So in the meantime, what can he make of it? It's just forming a long DRS train again. Nobody's going to be able to get past anyone. I'll tell you what though, if Paul Vicar, if he has to pit again, it's going to go this season. It's going to go from bad to worse, to monumentally worse, to the depths of the Mariana Trench for the man. It's the vroom vroom train. The vroom vroom train rises around turn 9 and into turn 10. Will EKG be able to go defensive? There's a spin at the back from Podiragus. But what can EKG now? EKG do now? He's at a mega launch out of turn 10. He's having an even better one out of turn 9. Will he send it on Dan in the Mercedes? Will he send it down defensive inside? That's going to be EKG on the outside. EKG will have better traction and better speed off the exit. I do apologise for persistent cuts in this, everyone. I am very ill. But we live on. Someone had to step up. Sky Adams with the fastest lap now. But that could have been EKG's one chance. He needed Dan to go defensive and stick to the inside of turn 9. But alas, that just didn't happen. Bobcat and Aceman fighting. The Haas and the Ferrari. This looks awfully reminiscent from Miami a few weeks back. Haas fighting a Ferrari. What is this? Well then, this is safe to say, it's been a lot of a cleaner race than Monaco so far. I mean, there's been no fully major incidents. We've had no safety cars. I mean, we had none in Monaco, which was crazy. But Dan, he made a mistake coming out of turn 1. This gives EKG the confidence and the pace he needs to pass him. Will he send it as Bobcat spins in the back? But EKG down the inside, will he make his stick? He's got the DRS for the next straight. Can he make his stick down into turn 4? He's going to push. He's going to use all of his pace the McLaren can offer. But no, he can't. Is there what's Bobcat doing? He's taking him a while to get on the way. Okay. Well, good on Vicker. He's managed to pull away like a madman seeing as these lot have all been fighting. I'm so sorry. I keep going. So I'm so used to having holiday here now. I'm so sorry, everybody. EKG gets a penalty. He's got a penalty. The McLaren. Oh goodness! It's going to go from bad to worse for the McLaren. So 3 seconds for all the drivers down the field. But EKG, will he make it stick this time? Will he be able to keep it up the inside? Dan will have the better traction. EKG knows this, but he's got the move stick. Gizzolodian now gets a penalty on the Bear. There's Bear spun! Bear! But EKG and Dan repasses him. Will he be able to send one back down the inside? No, he can't. But Wasp, oh blimey, nearly hits him. But Dan's gone wide. Dan went monumentally wide. Will EKG be able to launch one back on the outside? No! Oh, goodness me! Oh, welcome back to SFR, everybody. We had a week off, and now there's carnage and chaos. Oh, this is SFR. This is racing. EKG down the inside. Oh my, EKG down the inside on Dan. Goodness me, this is spectacular from the McLaren and the Mercedes. But Dan now being pressured by Mindful Wasp, his teammate. Will Wasp be able to get past Dan? There's going to be hints and looks above and across the field. But Dan now mindful with the DRS. It's going to be a double DRS situation for Wasp. Will he be able to launch one down the inside? Just loading, gets gets Doran. It's Wasp with a huge exit compared to Dan. That was spectacular. Even he had a look at him going into just coming out the exit. He didn't even need the DRS. Honestly, who does he think he is? Max Verstappen? Not much to commentate on now, is there? But Wasp, can he finally get Dan and then finally have a go at EKG? Dan is just being saved by EKG's DRS. Just loading gets Mad G, gets Doran, sorry. Welcome everybody, thank you for tuning in today. Now all the action is going off in the top 9. The top 9 now. Oh, is it Ace Man spins again in the back? It's Wasp finally gets Dan. Pody Vargas gets a 3-second time penalty. But now, what can Wasp do? Has he got DRS? I can't tell. No, he's not. But this one... Oh, F1, thank you so much. You've finally given us helicopter cam. If Oliver were here, he'd be loving this. Thank you so much, FOM. But Dan, he's had a spectacular race compared to Mindful Wasp. Can he challenge his Mercedes teammate down into turn 3? Wasp shuts the door completely there. Wow. Wasp gets a penalty. Oh, goodness me. Shall we see if Dan will get one? Oh, I guess we won't. What if Dan? Dan has a warning on lap 2. Is that for track limits? It is. Only 1 track limit for Dan. But Wasp, his mediums are still well and truly alive. Wasp knows what this win could mean to Mercedes. They've been so dominant lately. Obviously Wasp with his first win in Mexico. So can he make it too? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it would be Mercedes, McLaren Mercedes. I don't know. Oh well. Bobcat did get another 3-second penalty in the meantime. I apologise for not noticing that. But Martin, what a start. What a first 14 laps from him. He's gone from 13th to 6th. Wowzers. That's spectacular from the McLaren. 7th, I do apologise. But what a Wasp. Gizelodian spins round. Oh, Gizelodian, I'm so sorry. For jinxing you there. I'm so oh my, I need to stop complimenting people. Well, I was right now. So Martin is up to 6th. But Dorian is gaining on Maggi. Will he be able to send one? No, he won't. It's probably the best bet to keep that up, isn't it? But everyone seems a bit more spread out now. But Wasp and EKG are just running off with this. It's just going to be a persistent DRS train now. Wasp and EKG, can he stick one round the outside? He's going to have the DRS, so EKG will have to fight this with all of his might. Little bit of contact there on the exit, but Wasp will get the move done down into turn 4. They're level pegging, Philly, level pegging. EKG, he's got the top speed. He's got the overspeed complete. Oh, there's contact, Wasp. Oh, Wasp. Dan now tries to challenge EKG. EKG goes wide though. That'll be another warning, certainly for the McLaren driver. But EKG now, he knows what he needs to do to get back into the lead of this race. Martin and his teammate having a spectacular charge through the field right now. Maybe Martin could run away with a podium in the end of this. But EKG 3 times behind, he knows what he'll have to do. Bare pits. After the medium tyres, what can EKG now do? He's going to have a DRS. He's got enough overtake to be used just a bit down the back straight. If I were EKG, I'd stay behind for the DRS. But it's smart. Aceman with another penalty. Now, which of them has DRS? None of them do. How do none of them have DRS? I mean, I won't question it. Oh. Do you know what, guys? I think I might need to be quiet. I think I might need to be quiet. I've done this for 4 races in a row. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Martin. Oh god. I don't want to compliment anyone no more. Mad G into the pit lane. No, sorry, Sonic into the pit lane and Doran. Nobody with penalties from speeding. But EKG, he's done a superb exit out of turn 10. Can he finally get the lead back after a few laps out of it? Can he finally get it back for more than a lap on Wasp? They're level pegging down into turn 3. Wasp will have a DRS, but EKG gets the move done. But Wasp, he's going to have a better exit. He went deeper into 3. But Wasp with a DRS, is he finally going to be able to stay ahead of EKG and finally just not stay at the same speed as him? He's going to send one. He's going to send one. He's gone for it, you know. He's gone for it, you know, folks. Doesn't make the move stick. Oh, but Wasp dives into the pit lane. Oh, but there's a huge oversteer moment just going into it. So that gives EKG a lot of breathing space compared to Dan and Giselodian. But what can Giselodian now make of this free area ahead of Dan? Will he be able to pass Dan? Will he just stick behind him? We'll have to see Dan into turn 3. But they've both gone off. Both of them have just gone off there. Goodness me. That is going to severely hurt. That is severely going to hurt Magi. I'm so sorry. I was calling him Giselodian. I do apologise. Bear with a 3-second penalty now. Oh goodness me, this will not help the Aston Martin. Dan, will he cope, will he box? Yes he will, just loading, he has to take avoiding action now. Oh goodness me. Oh, that's why the pit lane in Austria is so dangerous, folks. Aceman with 9 seconds! Oh, this is a horrendous race for the Ferrari. Just loading into the pit lane as well, I apologise for missing that. Oh, but he's been held up by Martin. He's not going. What? Why did it? Why did it take him so long to go? I don't. Okay. All right. "21 seconds to EKG is the gap between Dan." We'll just have a quick look at the guys who've stopped. Wasp is only 18 seconds away from EKG, but the time is going down. EKG, obviously his hards have been up to temperature for probably about 10-15 laps by now, so he knows what he's going to have to do. He knows he's going to have to try and fly off into the distance. As EKG dives into the pit lane, What of Maggi? Will Maggi drive him? Maggi gets a penalty, so Maggi stays out. Maggi will inherit the race lead from EKG. What about Pody Vargas? Pody Vargas stays out. And what of Mindful Wasp? Can Mindful Wasp dethrone EKG and get into that net race lead? We'll have to see. EKG gets going. This will be so close between the McLaren and the Mercedes. But EKG, here they come. Here they come. This is going to be close, folks. Wasp with the fastest lap. This will be superb if Wasp can take the lead. Wasp, does he get him? Yes, he does. I do apologise for that, folks. But EKG, he will have the fresher tyres. These tyres will be spectacular on EKG's car. Wasp has been on these for just a few laps longer than EKG. But just remember, EKG now has the advantage with fresher tyres and DRS. As at the back there, Aceman, or who's past it? Aceman gets past the bear, I believe. But EKG is absolutely hounding on the back of Mindful Wasp there. He wants this race. He wants the net race lead. After what Wasp did to him, hitting him off just a few laps ago, he will be absolutely hungry. Not just for some revenge, and not just on the track. Oh wait. Oh, I thought no. Sorry. Oh well, EKG finally gets the move done. That was a superb outlap from EKG there. Gets the move done on Mindful Wasp. So we're now yet to see what else can happen in this spectacular race so far. No DNFs yet, which is superb. Hashtag SFR, we make racing better, folks. Martin with a 107.1. EKG and Mindful Wasp, they're going to have a brilliant ding-dong of a battle here. Can Mindful Wasp, once those hearts finally got up to temperature, can he finally send one to the outside? He's trying it anyway, folks, he's trying it anyway. EKG goes defensive really early on, but Mindful Wasp, what a switch back there! He's not made it second, unfortunately, for the Mercedes driver. But what Mindful Wasp will need to do, if Dan can eventually start gaining more, then what Mindful Wasp will need to do, he'll need to let him go. He'll need to let Dan go. He knows what this could do to the championship. Now, what tyres will Maggi be going on to? It's the medium tyres. It's the medium compound for the Red Bull. So where will this pit stop relegate him to? Here come the pack. Now, will Maggi be just behind Dan, or will he stay ahead? This is going to be so close, folks. He's just behind him. Just. And I do apologise there. I have completely missed Sonic overtake Doran. But Vicar now with a free sec. This race has gone from bad to worse, to the depths of the Mariana Trench. Poor Vicar. As he dives back into the pit lane. Follows in Bobcat. So it's going to be a race. Bobcat slow on entry. This is going to hold up Vicar like mad. He can go a bit faster, I think. But now EKG and Mindful Wasp are going to come up to some traffic here of the Williams of the Vicar and the Haas of Bobcat. As Maggi gets back past Energy Dan, that is huge for the championship. Absolutely huge. But Danny's going to try and fight another day in this battle. If Sonic spins round, Sonic is round! That puts Doran back onto the podium. Sonic is running out to 6th. Can it be 7th? Will it be 7th, or will it maybe even 8th? I'm so sorry, everyone. I'm like really ill. But Doran, you know, if he can keep this pace up, if he can just get within That 3 seconds, Oren could still have a chance of winning this race, you know. But here comes the lap cars of Vicar and Bobcat. Ah. Welcome, Oliver. Do you know what? I don't know where he is. I'm not going to lie. Ace Man spins round. Oliver, it's not the same without you, mate. I can't do this alone. Oh, I just had to do that, didn't I? I just had to do that. Thank heavens for it being they're raving yellows for the pit lane. Oh, that's great to hear, Oliver. I'm sure you'll be welcomed back to open arms by glorious little old me. But there's now a lap. There's 2 laps. Is that? Wait, no. No, there isn't. There'll be lap cars in between them now, though. EKG has the benefit of DRS. This will completely save the McLaren driver from any threat of Michael Wasp, maybe for just the rest of his lap. But that DRS, that could pull him away just a little bit more, just to save him for a few laps on. But Vicar and Bobcat, they're going to have to dive out of the way sooner or later. They don't want to be picking up any more penalties. Paddy Ragas on Bear. For what would be the wooden spoon positions, Bobcat gets another free sec. They're going to need to dive out the way sooner rather than later here. Ghosting may be on, but they're still going to get penalties for illegal blocking, I believe. So they better dive out of the way. As Vicar does dive out of the way, he's obviously going to brake earlier. He's going to sacrifice his race for Bobcat for a few laps. But Bobcat, he will have to do the same. Bobcat will have to dive out of the way. He can't just let them go through him. It will be so distracting for the 2 leaders. Does Bobcat dive out of the way? No, he doesn't. They're just going to let him go. He's just going to let them go through him. Well, it'd be quite distracting for the race leaders, but I suppose they've made it stick. Now, what EKG needs to do is pray beyond all beliefs that Mindful Wasp can just get a bit distracted by Bobcat and maybe just spin or maybe make a mistake just to relieve some pressure off the McLaren driver. 11 laps to go in this Austrian Grand Prix, only 1 DNF. Sorry about that, everybody. Problem of living with family. It's not being too eventful anymore. We're just gonna have hopefully some nice 10 more laps of just some nice chilled out racing. I take that back. Martin's just got on the back. Could Martin's charge be back on? Martin could still have potentially a P6 or maybe even a P5. Sonic and Paddy Ragas, who will keep ahead in this battle? We've seen these 3 battle quite a lot this race. It could have turned into a 4-car battle. We've got Sonic, Paddy Ragas, Martin and the Bear. Oh, they're all going to scrap it out for just one last dance. They would just want a few more points. It could be crucial in the title fight. Now, what can Paddy Ragas do up to turn 3? He knows he's going to need to get past Sonic as quick as humanly possible. But Maggi and Doran, I do apologise for missing this. Oh, it's battles everywhere now. Goodness me, I just had to say it, didn't I? Just had to say it. Guys, please, I just wanted a nice chilled out 9 laps. Oh, okay. Hello. Hello, Martin. Where did you come from? Oh, Sonic will gets a penalty. That is going to put so much pressure on Ben now. He knows what he needs to do. Ben knows he needs to get past. Just for that one more. Is it one more point? Do you know, I've got no idea. Man, I've been in this league for goodness sake. I should know. Oh well. For EKG, he seems to have had this race in the bag now. Looking at the side situation, the driver has been out on the most. Adore and Mark. Oh no, sorry. The driver has been out on the most laps on any sire is Bear. 13 laps under his belt on the hards. Bear with a penalty. Oh dear. That's just loading, not bad. Oh, but is this love traffic? Oh no, this is Martin on Peldy. On Peldy Ragas. Wow, it's a spectacular move. Now, like I predicted, Martin could maybe have a podium, maybe have a fourth. Or maybe in a fifth. But, what has Bobcat done? Why is he stopped? This is going to cause a safety car. Why is he that still? What else is he doing? He's just going to stop it, isn't he? What's he waiting for? I don't understand. Oh my goodness me, Martin. Come on, man. Get back into Div 1. Dan with a penalty. Dan gets a penalty. This will be huge for the championship. He's gone from leading on lap 1 to 5th. And it could be even 6th here. Now Sintango overtaken by one person. He's obviously going to fight Martin back. He knows he needs to. But now he's going to be in the realm of Cody Vargas in the Alfa Romeo. This will be huge. Oh, okay. Okay. Now, Dan on the outside. If Martin pushes Dan ever so slightly wide there in the McLaren, which he has gone wide, this could open the door completely for Peldy Ragas. Maybe even Sonic up behind. And now that Dan's been overtaken, he's just going to fall further and further back. Now what I would do... Martin seems the fastest lap, doesn't he? Yes. If I were Dan... or if I were Mindful Wasp, being stuck in these trains will really hurt them. Or if I were just anyone in the field, I would try and take that fastest lap away from Martin. Obviously, I love Martin and all, former teammates. But, yeah, these McLaren guys, they're insane. Oh, I'm sorry. I do take that back indeed. I do take that back. Oh, the podium. It's looking less and less likely for Doran. We'll just see how many warnings does Maggi have after his penalty. He's got none. Now, what of Doran? How many does Doran have until he's not safe? He's got one more. So Doran on his last life now, I believe. One of them could be for contact, but... Post they live in. Bobcat, has he listened to me? Has he decided to go for fastest lap? He's stopped. Why did he... I won't question it. I won't question it. Wasp was a bit wide there. See what Doran can do. Is Doran going to with someone? Somewhat. It's now waiting to crunch time. Wasp knows what he needs to do. He knows he's going to have to pick up the pace. EKG though. Oh, goodness me. He needs to save up his energy, does EKG. He needs to save it for just the final few laps. Just in case Mindful just has a nice half-hearted attempt at him. I believe that people have been lapped. Well, this has been lapped. Mark, well done to him, he's not been lapped. On this last lap, it's going to be crunch time for Wasp. He's going to have one more lap. He knows what he needs to do. He knows he needs to just push his hardest. He needs to push his heart out. Pelderargus finally gets Dan. But Dan will fight this one back in the Mercedes. Right on the outside, Pelderargus goes. Can he make it stick? He's going to stay on the inside. Spectacular racing. As Pelderargus stays ahead. But now, what can Mindful Wasp do? He's got two, maybe three more attempts left in this lap. He's knowing what he needs to do. Will the DRS? He's got so little overtake left. EKD's got none left at all. Oh, this is going to be going right out to the line. Oh, this is spectacular. Oh, Wasp, he's got the DRS. Will he send one? Will he send it? Looks at it, breaks so much later. Oh, it's so almost contact. If EKG makes one more mistake, it's all over for him. It's all over. Pelderargus and Dan having a battle, but we're going to stay on board with Wasp. What can Wasp do? Will he have one more half-hearted attempt? Not only down into turn 9, but down into the final turn. But no, it's all over for Wasp. EKG's got 2 more turns to go before he finally wins in SFR. And as it was in the F2 series not so long ago, he's dominated and he's come out on top. Well done, MCFC, well done. Lights to flag. There was a few ups and downs, but Maggi is back on the podium. Doran P4, but Martin, spectacular drive through the field to P5. The McLarens, they've dominated lately, goodness me. McLaren 2 races in a row, what is this? This isn't normal. But Dan manages to stay ahead of Pelderargus. Sonic finishes in the 8th, but to the line. Oh, Bear just gets knocked out of the points. Just loading Skyrim gets up into 9. Well done to him, starting from last on the grid. Vicker finishes, but now we just wait for Mark and Bobcat to finish the race. Obviously, there won't be any changes to this now. So, well done. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello. You see, I
Is
can't
it just
advance.
me?
I'm stuck.
Where's the rest of them?
I don't know. I've pinged them. Yeah, Mindful said that he'd be up for an interview. So, how do I leave? I'm stuck. How do I leave? I can't leave. I'm on the race results.
You kind of got to wait everyone else to ready.
Come on.
You can't. You've got no control anyway. You've got no control.
Who's your driver of the day? Who would you say, other than yourself? Come on, we're not.
Do you know what? If I was going to give it to driver of the day, it's got to be between the top two, all day long.
Do you know, personally, I'd say Martin. Personally, fastest lap, and he's stormed through the field from 13th.
True. But I still get to the top two, but that's just me.
Can you invite Wasp? Is Wasp in this group?
I don't know.
Can you send him an invite if he isn't, please?
He should be here.
I like Mindful telling him it's in this group. Lemonade, my PlayStation's going to take off. Well, I don't know if the rest of them are going to join, so I suppose I'll just get on with it with you.
Seems it, yeah.
Can't even find the Red Bull now. Blimey, come on. It's not going to load, is it?
I don't know what you're trying to load.
There we go. So, P6 to P3, how did you find the race?
Quite enjoyable, to be honest. I mean, the start of it, there was a lot of chopping and changing. I had to stay in the DRS with everybody, and they just towed me along. I knew obviously the Mercedes, they were just playing a little game, horning each other up and just using each other as a tow. And yeah, that's all they did was just sit behind them.
Well, it did turn into a bit of a procession for a bit. It's like Monaco, just it's not Monaco.
Yeah, it's just a bit faster than Monaco. But other than
Monaco
that,
without the rules.
I gotta say, well done to the top two guys. It was an epic race today. Shame Dan wasn't there as well because he had some speed today. But yeah, all credit to them. Great job.
Well, what do you think about, obviously, the DRS trims? What do you think could be changed to combat that?
Just gotta have no DRS. It should be skill of the driver, not the car. As Fangio once said, the cars when he was driving, it was all about the driver. Cars today, it's 95% the car, 5% the driver.
95%? Are you joking? It's 99% the car.
Yeah, maybe now it is.
Right then, moving on to Mindful Wasp. Well done on the P2 today. How do you think the race went for you?
Yeah, it was good. I wanted to win it, to be honest with you. I think I should have gone hards first and then had the speed at the end. I think me and Dan both would have done that. We both would have been 1-2 personally. Yeah, it was difficult racing MCFC for a while because there's a lot of like desync and lag. So every time he was in my rear view mirror, it looked like he was going off track.
Yeah, I caught that a few times, and then
and that's quite difficult because you don't actually know where he is on track.
Think
so
about
you
it
go
from
for
the
a
comms
move.
point of view.
Yeah, so other than that, it was pretty good. Yeah, it was tense at the end. I made a mistake at the end, so I couldn't catch him. But yeah, it was good.
Well, it was a spectacular battle between the pair of you for a few laps. But how do you feel the first stint went, and just overall, how did the tyre wear affect you?
To be honest, the tyre wear on the hards was a lot worse than it was on the mediums. They dropped off quite quickly towards the end, and I think that's why it would have been good to start on them. But yeah, it went alright at the start. Dan was sort of ahead, so I thought a battle with MCFC would maybe wreck his tyres a little bit more. So I was kind of holding that instead of letting him go because I didn't want to get to a point that he was 10 seconds ahead and then had the massive jump in the pit stop like he's done in the past. So yeah, I think it went pretty well.
Speaking of MCFC, isn't this his first win since the F2 series? I believe it is.
I don't think so. I think he's been in it most weeks.
I think it's his first win. It's not his first podium, certainly.
Oh, his first win, yeah.
Oh, his first win. Oh, right, maybe, yeah.
I remember we had a high-tech one too. But well done on the race tonight, Drew. Folks. Goodness me. Well done on the race tonight.
Thanks very much.
Join us tomorrow for Division 1, where we'll probably have like 7 safety cars again. But it is what it is, so we'll press on and see. Thank you for joining us tonight. I have been Logan, and I'll see you all next month.